Alright, after I guess 3 or 4 years, 3 going on 4 years, the automatic gate has seen better days. It still works, but you know, tensioning system is not so good anymore. The belt's currently slipping. The PLA, the large pulley, seems pretty good still. But what I've had to do is move this axle back a few times, and really it's not that neat and tidy under here anymore. It could really use, there we go, focus, a bit of a rebuild. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build a tensioning system for it and rewire it, and this is really a proof of concept, but it's lasted 3 odd years like this, and time to tidy it up so it doesn't let me down. Right, let's have a look at this thing. Definitely seen better days. Here's a look at our motor, and things are bent and there you go, split. Motor holder looks okay still. There's the clutch. This poor old coupling looks a bit bent and shitty. Right, so what I'm thinking, rather than having an axle that I have to keep moving back to tighten the belt, is welding a bit of RHS on this, or a bit of angle, and another piece here. Have some bolts coming through so I can tighten the bolts to bring the axle back. Just some slots in the timber. We'll replace this skanky bit of timber. That gear still looks okay. Amazingly, I suppose this one's got a fair bit of load on it. But focus. There we go. It's not looking too special. Well, I've got another one of them coming. Bearing holders look okay still. Gearbox holder has broken, but it was still holding. We'll just make another one. I've got to say, these PLA parts have held up amazingly well, considering they were holding the sure they're a bit split in that, but you know, this is going on 4 years and they were still holding the axle up onto this board up until today. Here's a closer look at the gear. It's actually, look, it's doing better than the tyre. That's surprising after that many years. So this is what I'm sort of thinking. I'll weld that axle inside this. That'll fit in there nicely. And I'll put some holes through that way to bolt onto the new board. And I'll have some bolts going this way onto a piece of angle that I can tighten and put tension on there. Jumpy's come to see what's going on. Here's our new bit of wood, slightly wider, but I think that'll be better. We'll see. I'm going to keep the new bit of wood the same size, just because it's worked so well. Here's our new piece of timber, and like cutting it because it works so well. I'm going to make this, it's going to be a bit wider, but I'm going to put the holes and everything in exactly the same spot. So as it turns out, I've actually used all the 3D printed parts again, except the one with the crack in it. I've modified because I've ended up changing the motor. Now I've got adjustable clutch, so if the gate hits something, it will stop. And this is my tensioner setup, which now the belt is nice and tight, no more slipping. I've also got high and low range here, so it'll be interesting to see if this motor and gearbox assembly runs at the same speed or faster or slower. Might have to adjust the timing on the gate in the programming. Anyway, we'll see how it goes shortly. Okay, so the gate Mark II is going. I've slowed it down a bit. I think that'll prolong the life of the belts, and still really not that slow. So painted it green, got to tidy up the wiring, maybe even change the tyre. Ordered a new limit switch because one of them's no good, but running so slow doesn't really seem to be too much of an issue. Anyway, I'll put the limit switch in anyway. That way if the battery voltage goes low, it definitely shuts and whatnot. But there you go, there's the gate Mark II.